Okay, guys. So what's happened so far? Just new release from the BBC. There's been a record mortgage borrowing. Owners move or improve. So what does this mean overall? And let's take a look. So home movers borrowed a record 11.8 billion more on their mortgages than they repaid in March, England. The net borrowing level was the highest of any month since comparable data began since 1993. I mean, that's amazing when you think about it. I mean, that's years and years ago since all the data started gathering. This is the highest net borrowing since any month since the comparable data began in 1993. What does this mean? This means people are borrowing records amount of money. There's record low rates we're getting as well in terms of interest rates. Where is this all going to go? The market was stoked up by stamp duty, holidays, and by low mortgage rates. These factors encourage some homeowners to move in time to beat the tax deadline or to borrow more to improve the current living. There's no doubt about it across the Fife market just now. There's still an unprecedented demand for property. Not that many properties on the market in comparison to what there were ago. So just now, there's over 500 properties on the Fife property market right across the board at this stage, and according to Rightmove, about 500. And a year ago, it was 1,200. The activity in terms of website activities as well, Rightmove recorded an increase of 37%. We've recorded an increase of about 46% to 50% in our numbers in terms of the people looking for property. Huge market out there. It does talk about rental market unusually uncertain, and we might talk about that later on today in another show. Maybe see if I can grab a hold of Richard Cook about this rental market uncertainty. I don't see any rental market uncertainty. Maybe you do. Maybe you'd like to comment. More than happy to hear your thoughts on it. Mortgage borrowing signals future demand to buy homes, and analysts have said that the UK housing market has been on the boil during the spring. It's been on the boil since we came out of lockdown last year, to be honest. I've been looking at the numbers every single week. Demand is predominantly outstripping supply. An insatiable appetite out there just now. This record result just now since 1993 for the month of March has actually indicated what where everyone been leaving. Where's it going to lead from now on? Well, on Friday, the Nationwide Building Society said the average property price had risen right across by £15,916 in the year to the end of April to reach the average property price of £238,831. Gross mortgage borrowing has also hit a 35.6 billion in March. Some people tried to beat the end of the stamp duty holidays for it was extended in England and Wales and Northern Ireland. So we looked for a comment as the BBC had done for Andrew Montalake, the mortgage broker, and his said that stamp duty relief had actually effectively had an insane effect on the property market. I think it's more as well to do with a lot of trends are changing. People understand they can change. They could live anywhere else in the country now. They don't actually need to live on their doorstep to work. Lockdown has shown them can work from home and they could do remote working, so they don't need to go into the offices again. This March, mortgage data highlights the frenzied rush of people to buy in the second half of the last year and save thousands of pounds on the stamp duty, as well, he said. But the celebrations surrounding the stamp duty holiday may soon ring hollow if the market cools off and people find their savings have been wiped out by the premium they paid for property. Well, that's yet to be seen. When borrowing is an extreme as this, it never tends to end well, he says. Well, I'm not too sure about that. It all depends. Interest rates are unlikely to go up anytime soon. They'll keep it at a record low. So I don't have anything to worry about. I think house prices in the Fife market will stabilise to a point where they'll actually just level off more than anything. probably for years they've been curtailed, because if you look back to the prices of the average prices of houses in 2014, 2015, and we had seen they had only just started to turn the corner from the credit crunch, and they had got to that level. So they had a long time to increase since then. So 2014, 15, you're talking about 6 or 7 years after that. Generally, house prices double within a 10 to 15 year period. Over time. Since 2020, or since the year 2000, sorry, up to 2020, house prices are actually increased by 209% right across the five area. So that shows you about the doubling effect in the 10 to 20 years and the 15, sorry. So what's happening so far and what's coming out? Well, there's a link to this post for the BBC broadcast itself and what they had actually said. There's a new scheme. Obviously, most people will know about this already, but high street lenders are started selling mortgages to borrowers, offering just a 5% deposit now under the new government guarantee scheme, which is helping first-time buyers. It also helps second home movers as well, but it won't help people that are looking for a second home. When I say second home movers, I mean people that are moving or upgrading in a home or downgrading in a home, and it's their principal private residence. It won't help this 5% scheme buy-to-let landlords, and it certainly won't help second home owners. That's not what it's designed to do. The new scheme will be available to anyone buying a home costing up to £600,000, unless they're buy-to-let or second homeowners, as I said. The government is offering a partial guarantee, generally 15%, to compensate lenders if the borrower defaults on the payments. House hunters, particularly first-time buyers, might be helped in their quest to have enough of the deposit by family and friends and individuals saving more. The Bank of England said deposits into the account remained strong in March. Good news as well. It's all about saving as well. Remember, it's all about investing your money wisely as well. And if you want to speak more about that, I'm happy to have an off camera chat. Some 16.2 billion more was deposited than withdrawn, the data shows. It's good actually for a nation to have a lot of savers. The more people that save, the more stable and the stronger our economy is, and the more it basically provides a foundation for growth. So there's conflicting data here. One person says record mortgage borrowing it never tends to end well, but at the time when there's been record mortgage borrowing, it tends not to be record savings as well. So again, we're getting this conflict. We'll have to see where it goes. Finally, households have continued to pay back more than they've borrowed on non-mortgage debt in March. That means any loans they've got outstanding, it's nothing to do with property, actually continue to pay back more money than actually borrowed in the March period. Net consumer credit repayment of 535 million was recorded, including people borrowing using credit cards, personal loans, and overdraft. And that's about it, guys. If you've got any thoughts on this, or where do you think it's leading? Boom, bust. We'll continue to go. Please feel free to make a comment in the message in the comment box, and I'll catch up with it later. Or you could private message direct on these channels. Until next time, guys. I'm Jim Parker for Fife Properties.